Hi, my name is Kristen, and let's leave an honest review about this liquid PVC glue. Our kids poked a hole in our bounce house. Well, it actually flew away in like high winds and got a big slice in it. And this box came with everything you needed. It came with round patches, a long rectangular patch, which I ended up using instead of the patches that came with the bounce house. Comes with instructions of how to use it, and it was so simple and so easy. This can be used for a wide variety of stuff as long as it has like that plasticky type coloring. It comes with the scraper, a sponge thing if you need it, and then obviously the glue portion. The biggest thing about this is that you have to make sure that your patch is wider than the part that you're trying to patch. So the rectangular patch that it came with was the perfect size for the big rip and tear in our kids' jump house. And the longest part of this is waiting. So I made sure it was plenty long enough, and then I was able to use the glue once I figured out it would cover the whole spot. Otherwise, I could have used the patch that came with the jump house just because then it was the same color blue, and this PVC glue would have worked perfectly on that too because it is still that plasticky material. But all you do is you unscrew the cap, and then it's like a needle tip. It's a metal tip, and then you just cover it. I covered the entire patch with glue just because of how big my rip is, but you could do the outside, anything, as long as it seals up where your slit is. And mine was kind of like across and long way, so I covered the entire patch with glue. It does not come out super fast because it only comes out the size of the tip that's on it. And like I said, it is like a lead pencil type tip. Then I put it just over it, and I made sure it was sealed up. And then I used the little scraper, and all you did was scrape the glue along until it was all matched up. And what I love about the little metal tip to this glue is that when I was done doing the first round, I could see air pockets. So the little tip was able to go underneath the patch just enough where I could make sure the entire patch was covered. So I put glue in so many different spots. I made sure it was all the way to the edges because that is the biggest part of this, is that you want to make sure your edges are sealed up so well. So after I went around it a couple times, scraped it out so it was flat, all the air bubbles were out, I was able to wipe up the excess glue and then leave it sit. Now, the box recommends 24 hours, and I think we put the jump house up about 20 hours later, and it worked perfectly. The biggest part is that you need to make sure your thing is flat, and then you need to put weights on it or heavy books. I ended up making a big stack of books that weighed about 4 or 5 pounds, and I left it on the patch for 20 hours, and by morning time it was all sealed up. It was perfect. You can screw the cap back on your glue when you're done. This was the easiest patch kit I've ever had to use, and they made it just so easy to have everything with you. It was convenient, super simple, super easy to use. I would highly recommend this PVC pipe or this PVC glue if you have like inner tubes, if you have jump houses, anything like that could use it. Highly recommend it. It was so easy, so simple, all the tools right in one little box, and then it seals up perfectly when you're all done using it. Highly recommend this. It sealed up our jump house 24 hours later. Kids were bouncing on it. We set it up in 20 hours and then just a couple hours before the party. So within 24 hours, kids were bouncing. It was not leaking air. I had at least 6 kids on our jump house, and it still has not leaked, and we're 3 days later, and they're still jumping. Great glue for patching up anything you need that has like the plasticky rubber type material.